So 344 today, we're talking about the NHL preseason starting tonight and the lines heading into the matchup. And we have Dallas Stars playing the St. Louis Blues. And it's going to be a very interesting tilt. There's a lot of guys who are trying to crack the roster, obviously. A lot of veterans, but also younger crop in that mix who are trying to crack the teams for both the Blues and also the Stars. And starting with St. Louis, so their top line is projected to be Dylan Holloway with Dalibor Dvorsky at center and then Justin Carbonell at right wing. And where I think this is interesting is we're going to see potentially a better or worse version of Dylan Holloway this year, and there's going to be high expectations for him right out of the gate based on the season that he had last year. But there's potential for him to evolve even to an even better player. So there's a lot of upside there. He has the pace, he has the skill, he has the two-way game, he has the track back ability defensively, and a lot of elements in his game to allow him to reach over 70 or 75 points on a regular basis throughout the year. As for Dvorsky, it's gonna be interesting to see what he does as that first line center and creative playmaker who can transport the puck, can play at a similar pace to Holloway. So you're gonna have those two guys who are gonna be jumping right off the bat. Same with Carbonell too. He's feisty at right wing, he can play a skill game, but also play a tenacious game on pucks. I think that line's gonna be really intriguing to watch just in terms of the overall skill and upside and the overall flair of that line and how they can link together. I think is something that's really intriguing too. So we're going to see that and see that pretty regularly, I would think. And hopefully they're going to be able to make some really nice plays together. And I think it's a line that just has a high degree of offensive skill, but they can track back, they can be reliable defensively, they are reliable positionally. So that's not something to be too concerned about there. And then if you look at their top pair, it's Philip Broberg and the newly acquired Logan Mailloux. I think it's gonna be interesting to see what Broberg is able to do, but also Logan Mailloux because he hasn't had a full NHL season yet under his belt, and he's been good in the AHL. He's been very productive there, and has that top four upside as a right shot defenseman, and brings really good size, really unique skating ability, really sound on his edges. His ability to transport the puck is obviously an asset, and I think when you talk about his game, he really links up nicely with someone like Philip Broberg, similar in size, similar in stature, elite skaters, and can make plays, can transport the puck. So I think that's going to be a really intriguing pair to watch as well. And as for Dallas, some guys who are noticeable. So their top line is supposed to be Ernie with Radek Fox and Nathan Bastian. And so I think Nathan Bastian's gonna be an interesting one. He could be a reliable bottom six guy, rely upon him on center or even wings. He can play both positions. I think you can rely upon him in key situations too. It'll be interesting to see what he's able to do, how he's able to drive play there on that top line wing. And then second line, they have Maverick Fort at second line right wing. So Bork is an interesting one because he's a skill player, the two-way player. He plays center, he plays wing, brings a high degree of pace to his game, very tenacious as well. And I think this is a big preseason for him because he has to show the stars up the manager why he crack the top line of that screw regularly. And he's very close. He's right on the break. He's had some games and has played in the league briefly, but you're wanting to see him take that next step, and I think this is a good opportunity for him to do so, playing inside the top six. Then their top pair is supposed to be Vlad Kolyachonok with Niels Lundqvist. Two guys who are slightly unproven in terms of what they can do. They can be reliable as top defensemen, not necessarily top 40, but I think gonna be interesting to see what they're able to do, how they're able to accomplish in terms of what they're doing with their two-way ability, how they play in transition, how they play up ice, how they play defensively, and just how they can handle the role. I think that's going to be something unique out of those two guys that we can see. And there's a lot of potential for them to evolve into something more over the course of time. So we'll see what happens there. It's an interesting top pairing, but those are two guys that are going to have to take advantage once again of preseason and try to show that the manager why they can crack the group and play on a regular basis inside the top six defensively the stars as well.